Hey, this is the Prophet with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain. We here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet? Hey, hey. We talking condos and nice clothes and driving Lambos. I remember them night codes, we couldn't stand those. We tried to drive on them high roads, but had to stay low. Now there's solutions to hard bills we couldn't pay for. I talked to Prophet to get some profit, we couldn't change the top. If it's a stock and I need a cop it, I wait for him to drop it. Ain't no option, let's get it poppin', we chillin' in the trap. I need some crypto, put it in my pocket, by any means I rock. This is the Prophet with Nick Black, it's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain, we here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks, this where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet?
Wah, wah.
Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet?
All right. So, okay, real quick. For those of you that wanted yesterday's show, so it looks like I'll be doing Mondays for the people over at Money Map Press. So, and that's going to be kind of a crypto 101 show. That's going to be, most of you here will probably be way over that show, but it's good for the basics are good. Always good for the basics. So let me say hello to everyone. And then after I've said hello to everyone, I put a link in here. So you guys have a link to that. The Theta peeps have a link. Let me first thank Antonio, by the way, for jumping on board. He's helping us out here. So if you see him in the community, he's good people. So hello to Antonio, and also welcoming Antonio over to the Coin Alert team as a moderator and kind of someone you can lean on when you have questions. Antonio is wise. He is wise. So everybody say hello to Antonio. Cool. All right. Let's start. So McNabb, what's going on? Joe Pirate, Sniper Princess, Solid Gold, Sib. Just not so Roro 80 Baykeeper, Stress Relief, Antonio, of course, Neffers, AJD 126, Aaron Troy, Gordon Bennett, thanks Gordon, you the man, Gordon's the man, Philippe Trading, good to see you, and the Cluster, what up brother? Okay, over here on the HooTubes, let's say hello to numero uno was Jimmy James, Unsung. Good to see you. Biotech Breakout, what up? Scorpion, Bitcoin Candy, Emmanuel. What up, Emmanuel? Let's see. So, Philippe, I put a link to the show for everybody on YouTube. If you go to this video, okay, here's what you have to do. If you push like on this video on YouTube, then the link to yesterday's show, it's a paid show, by the way. Everybody had to pay for it. That's weird. But they monetize their, it is kind of like Raging Bull. They monetize their audience, which makes sense. Anyway, if you push the like button on this video, then the link in the description from yesterday's show will pop up. It's quid pro quo. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Roro says, is it safe to say that investing in any part of the ADA ecosystem is guaranteed to return great profits? I don't know if it's safe to say that, but that's been the case. So I don't know if it's safe to say anything is a guarantee, but it's been doing good so far. So far, so good, right? Okay. So Philippe, hello. Emmanuel, hello. There was a show. It just wasn't, yeah, I put the link. I already talked about it. Okay, cool. Ella Paul, Philippe, again, on both platforms. Cool. Antonio on both platforms. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Antonio is broadcasting over in the clubhouse. So hello to all you clubbians. I know that place has turned into a teeming cesspool, but there's still probably pearls. What is it? There's gold in them there hills. You just have to look for it and just surround yourself with people that, it's hard to say who knows what they're talking about. Most people just makes crap up as they go. All right. Let's see. BTC rotating to Tesla. Dear God, man. Dear God, man. Hey, why doesn't Tesla try to create a business model that doesn't live off of government subsidies? Why don't they focus on that, less on crypto? All right, Sylvia, what's going on? And Brady, of course. Good to see you, Brady. I was just chatting with Jerry back and forth We got Bernard, Frank, Joe, Kilda, Ryan, Michael Murphy, Cross the Pond, Jeffrey, Jim Mark, what's going on? Patsy, Candace, Expat Matt, Anonymous, Chas Knock on both. What up, Anonymous? Good to see you. Ergo is on a year. Oh, interesting. Dubai Money, Crypto Tweety, and Ashley and Dave, what's going on? JJ, what's going on? Hoop and Tony, what's going on? And Jerry. Pure Vita, Jerry. Bitcoinification, good morning. Okay. Woo. Yeah, so Polygon, right? Telling you guys, this goddamn pro coin telegraph, it so far so good. So far so good. Demayan, good to see you. Matthew, good to see you. And okay, CC Brown. I think we got it. I think that's the team. So let's go ahead and go. I'm going to play this non-commercial. You know, at some point we'll have some sponsor or something. These people try to sponsor me with the token thing. They wanted me to promote their token. Anyway, that didn't go well. So I did a lot of push-ups after that email. Anyway, yeah, nope. Okay, VideoTuber, what up? We'll be right back after these non-commercial, non-sponsored messages. Okay, real quick. Hello, Nara. Yes, live show today. Brandon, was just hanging out with Brandon. Hope you're feeling better. And Wojtek, sup? Okay, so let's do this. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Let me go to my little banner. So there's a couple of things today. One, if you're part of the SingularityDao public airdrop, you're going to get some tokens, I think today or tomorrow, one of the next days. Have some news on that. Everybody's kind of waiting for the next shoe to drop. What's the big trade? What's the big play? Blah, blah, blah. So far, man, Matic, right? So that's been a pretty good trade. And it's apparently still a good trade. So we're going to talk about that and some of the things that are coming. If you think, you know, Matic, think streamlined Ethereum layer 2 solution with a lot of DeFi buy-in. A lot of these DeFi, and I'm not a DeFi fan, but a lot of people are. And I don't mean that I'm against decentralized finance. I just mean that I'm against the projects that keep getting rug pulled. And really, if we're being honest, it's more like I'm against the Binance chain DeFi products. It's like every other one is getting pulled for 10, 20, 30 million dollars. It's like every other day. It's every other project, every other day. And now you have three or four major governments going after CZ. I mean, come on. How much more evidence do you guys need? Something is not well over there. And I'm not saying just because a government turns against you that you're bad, right? But they're not going after Kraken. They're not going after Bittrex or Huobi or OKEX or Bitrue or Coinbase or go down the whole goddamn list. They went after Ifinex, which are the scammy dudes that print Tether out of thin air. And now we know it's completely scammy and no one seems to be bothered by this. There will, in my opinion, probably be a shift over towards USDC. I think we're starting to see that. But for now, they went after them, they indicted everyone, and now they're going after Binance. My guess is that CZ does not get through this unscathed. Just saying. We'll see. You know, when someone smells like a snake, I'm not very good at predicting prices. I'm not very good at predicting, but one thing I'm good at, I can smell fish from a mile away. And CZ has smelt like fish for a long time. And you just got to decide who you're willing to do business with. You're sending your currency units off to an exchange. Are you cool with the fact that $10 to $20 million disappears every other day? If you are, by all means, continue doing business with Binance and Binance Smart Chain. But don't sing the blues to anyone when your shit is gone. You don't get to say that. You don't get to do both. Man. So anyway, yeah, just keep it in. There's always platform risk. And sometimes platform risk is an external factor like government forces or hackers or things like this, which we would call, well, one would be legal risk. The other would be platform risk. But sometimes it's internal. It's poor decision-making and all that. And the Binance token has done well, as it should. It's still better. It's a way better option than Ethereum. So I'm not besmirching that. I think CZ went too hard and too quick, extended too much leverage. He went balls deep into the DeFi space, and he didn't really. I think he went after profit and a little bit less after protecting the community. And Binance used to be about protecting the community first, profit second, and that's how they made all that profit, because we trusted them and we were willing to leverage. Not so much now. So Binance, CZ's a sleazy CZ, right? That's an Antonio phrase, and I love it. Sleazy CZ. So just be careful where you park your money. If you have an uncle that keeps borrowing money from you over and over and over, and there's like 4 governments looking for him, would you loan him more money? Do you think that's safe? You think that's good trade-off, risk versus reward? I don't. Just saying. All the way LA, good to see you. Didik, good to see you. Belinda Cook, good to see you. 29LH06. I still know that's got to mean something, and I just don't understand what it means. So by all means, 29LH06, please tell me what the meaning of that is so that I can give you credit for the cool name. Okay, let's talk. Well, first, let's put some cool music. Gambia to use SafeMoon. Dear God, man, I have to time out you again. If you come in and talk SafeMoon, I have to block you for 5 minutes. You got to go to timeout and think about why you're on the interwebs. Are they saying May 20th now for SingularityDao? Okay, I was hearing the 18th. All right, let's see. Joe C, what's going on, buddy? All right, W&J Master, want to become famous? Nope, I don't. Oh, and it's a fake one. It's a bot. Oh, I can't block a bot. Let's see, Todd, what's going on? Watching the market cap price action of Matic and wondering how much room it still has to run. Well, I'll tell you this. Let's take a look at it. The Vortex score is, 95. And the rule is when it gets into the 90s. Now, this is my rule. This is what I do. I'm not telling you to do it. Please don't pivot off my advice. Formulate your own system that's fair, that makes sense to you. However, since I've been using this, Pro Cointelegraph, I use 2 things. I use Coin Alert to tell me what to look at, and I use Pro Cointelegraph to validate the trade. To me, those are using 2. I can discover assets, Coin Alert, and that tells me, okay, I should be looking at these assets. So I actually get the alert every hour, and I write down the new ones. And I go, oh, that's interesting. Well, I don't write it down. That's a lie. I put it in my phone on the note. I put a little note, and I just kind of look at it. And I see it popping up. I'm like, okay. Then I come over here to and I look up the Vortex score, because you can actually research Vortex scores for these assets when you go search a coin. Okay. So far, so good. So what it's been is that with this, I'll put a little background music. There we go. With these Vortex scores, so far, every time they have popped over 90, my rule of thumb is I go 1 week or 25%. Now, in Polygon specific case, because I saw so many DeFi plays going into it, I thought, this is going to be a money trade. So I haven't taken profit yet. It was in, out, and now it's back in the high score. It had the highest score last week that I'd ever seen, which is a 99. You rarely see these things pop 90. So, I mean, keep it in mind. But if you're wondering if you missed it, well, by these metrics, no, you have not missed it. Now, are you trying to get in to do a 10x on your money and all that kind of stuff? Well, that's different. We're not talking about that. I'm simply talking about a trade that may get you about 25%, exit your position, your original investment and keep the profit, and you got free tokens. Let me see. Me and Emmanuel got into this pretty early, and I don't remember the day we got in. I could look it up because I note all these things. But my guess is it was 2.5 weeks ago when it first popped on here, and we said, it's probably worth taking a flyer on it. So anyway, we've done pretty good off that trade. If it cracks $3, I will probably take my original investment off the table. So yeah, it's very interesting. IQ hit 89. 90 is the threshold. 90 is the threshold. And I think, Jeffrey, it's a safe threshold. It's one of those things where you say, I don't feel confident really doing this. And every time it'll get up there and then it backs off, I find that it backed off for a reason. When it hits 90, it feels like it's achieved all of these kind of, Vortex hit 90 at 203. Yeah. So that had been a good trade. You'd have already been in for about 14% profit. So there, but technically right now it's still a good buy. So we'll see. Morning peeps, Elon sucks. Yep. So we'll see. Okay. What else is interesting? Let me see. Sebby says, I guess better move stuff to KuCoin. Yeah, I like KuCoin. I like KuCoin a lot. It's a really well put together platform. Stay away from the leverage. They make leverage real easy. Stay away from it. We went in on May 5th. So we've been in this one for a minute. We've been in this one for 2 weeks and 4 days. Wow. 2 weeks and 3 days. So yeah. Matic is like investing in fire extinguishers as long as ETH is a dumpster fire. ETH is a dumpster fire, and these are kind of fire extinguishers. I don't typically like companies that their whole business model is make ETH better, because that sure is relying a lot on Ethereum. But do you think Ethereum's going to scale? Matter of fact, do you think they're super motivated to put all the work into all their scaling features when all of these other companies are kind of taking care of it for them? So yeah. I like, Ella Paul says in New York, KuCoin is your friend. KuCoin's awesome, guys. KuCoin and Gate are awesome. Anyway, Pablo, hello. Bill, hello. Okay, is Binance US any danger too? No, Binance US is a different company, Solid Gold. People think it's the same company. It's the same. It's a subsidiary, but it's a US based subsidiary. And my guess is, other than psychology, that's about the only way. Other than the spelling, that's the only way. Binance US is not managed by, not directly managed by Sleazy CZ. And also a lot of those bullcrap assets are not on Binance US. It's also terribly low liquid and garbage if you want to trade. So I don't use Binance US. I have it. I've used it one time. It sucked. I'm out. Okay. Everpedia. I met those guys. Cool guys. I wouldn't loan them money, but cool guys. I met him in Santa Monica at a little crypto meetup with a bunch of other cryptards like myself. Aave, decentralized finance, AR Weave, interesting. It had popped 90 a few weeks ago. It's way down. This thing is going to do quite well, as the story of Polkadot continues to prosper and grow and build, and the myth and the legend, and so that's happening a lot. So yeah. All right, let's move right along. Let me make sure. Let's see if there's anything exciting other than Polygon. Yeah, $2.30. Venus is up. ARK is up. Synthetics token is up. XYO network, no clue what it is. But it's cheap, so people will probably buy it just because it's cheap, and they don't even care what it is, because that's the way crypto be. Synthetics, XYO, yeah, I don't even know what it is. Everpedia, a lot of Twitter volume. Harmony's up. Yeah, I bought some Harmony based on a 90 score. I'm going to see how that one does. We're actually up on the trade 4%. This is not a big one, but 4 is good along the path to 25, right? Solana, Numeraire, sorry, Polygon Synthetics, ARK, Polygon CELO. Okay, cool. So nothing super exciting on the news. There was a partnership announcement that was kind of interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pop that because they thought it was interesting. Ocean Protocol partners with Token Engineering Academy for ocean market balancer simulations. Okay. You got to expose yourself more and more to these DeFi things because this is what's happening. Okay. DeFi researchers will create simulations of a Web3 data economy, and results will be accessible and reusable for balancer, ocean, and token engineering communities. Why is this interesting? Because if they can research this crap in a sandbox, in a simulated environment, then maybe we won't all get it pilfered over and over and over. Crypto Fanatico, what's going on? And Scott Helmet, what up? Kingston dude, good to see you. Good to see everyone. Okay, Ocean Protocol will partner with Token Engineering Academy and Balancer to spin off open science for the ocean ecosystem. As a challenger partner for Balancer simulations, Ocean will collaborate with researchers to study agent-based models of the Web3 data economy. Additionally, Balancer simulations researchers will be well positioned for adding ongoing funding from Ocean DAO and further token engineering research. Cool. Research is the key. If we want to get DeFi right, we need a lot of research. And DeFi is here to stay in one way or another. It's not going away. It's just going to change in the way we look at it, and very likely, the percentages and the ROIs, all this kind of stuff has to come back down. The market will arbitrage those opportunities. Everything above 5% is risk. You need to understand that. 5% is the junk bond market. That's what the world agrees they're willing to pay for a company's debt that has a 50% chance of bankruptcy. Maybe that's not. Listen, this is what high yield is. This is junk bonds. Everything rated below triple B, double, single, into the C's. All of that crap. And it's a poorly subscribed market too. Most of the market is gummed up in the triple B. But in the debt markets, the world, not one or two, the whole world agrees that companies with a 50% chance of bankruptcy, that debt will pay 4.5%, normally 4.5% to 5% tops. So if us are getting 8, 9, 10, 12, 20, 50, 100, 270, how much fucking risk do you think there is? The whole world agrees that 5% is the top when you have a 50% chance of insolvency. That's the credit risk. And yet, in the crypto space, we have these ridiculous returns. Just understand that they equal risk. They equal huge risk, unwind, cataclysmic risk. Keep it in mind. I'm only getting 6%. Getting 6% is great. As long as you're beating, inflation, then at least you're breaking even. Juarez, ¿qué onda? Patrick, good to see you. Scott Hill, good to see you. Lori, good to see you. And okay, yeah, Binance US is garbage. Anyway, why is this cool? I like the ways we can make these DeFi products better and safer, even if the yields come down. I would rather have a safer, lower yield than some nonsensical 274%, and in 3 months they rug pull all my shit. Ooh, I made 30% a month until they stole everything, because it starts making you take ridiculous risk because you don't think of the risk, you just think of the reward. Ooh, 30% month on month, I'll be rich, and just no, wrong. You'll be broke because they'll steal your shit, and CZ will be like, it's not me, it's decentralized, I can't help you. Like he always does as they slap the cuffs on. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, exactly. VideoTuber. There's all sorts of scammy coins. 1,000, 10,000. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. You can't promise these stupid. So anyway, just keep that in the back of your mind. Keep it in the back of your minds. So that's all I wanted to show on that, just because it's a little news event. The rest of it's cool. Over the next 3 months, Balancer Simulations will gather DeFi researchers to create simulations of Web3 data economy. The researchers will use Token Spice agent-based simulation with an EVM in the loop. Ethereum virtual machine. Using EVM enables perfect fidelity models, a balancer V1, V2 contracts. These models interact with Python-based agents for data suppliers, data consumers, data stakers, and speculators. Stakers and speculators. Keep that in mind. Researchers will compare one side with two-sided data staking, model the effect of liquidity mining and other incentives on data supply. Here's what we know. We know that what comes out of this will be a lot of really good data. Okay? And we need data. So this will all make DeFi better. So that's why this is important. So good for Ocean Protocol, good for those teams partnering up. I'm very excited. I'm excited about that because it just makes life a little bit less stressful. Another thing that I thought was interesting, this was yesterday. Maybe you heard it, maybe you didn't. Bank of America partnership with Paxos, right? Paxos stablecoin to allow same-day trade settlement. What is Bank of America? Bank of America is a prime broker dealer, one of 24 banks that work with the Fed. So just unwind it. The Fed is working on a digital asset, and so is the Treasury, and they're probably working on it together, but this will be a Treasury asset, not the it's unlikely to be a Fed asset. It'll be a Treasury asset managed by the Fed or something like that, right? The Fed doesn't really create cash. It creates bank reserves. It will get very weird and nebulous, and we're going to talk about that next week. Emil Kalinowski and Jeff Snyder are coming back, and we are going to talk about what a Fed token would look like versus what a Treasury token would look like, and how there can be some gumminess and how the efficacy of the Fed would change in good and dangerous ways if the Fed was the one managing this token. I hope it's not. I worry it will be. But if you see that the Fed and the Treasury are looking at a digital dollar, they're looking at testing a digital dollar, and you know that Bank of America, one of the 24 broker dealers that works with the Fed, prime brokers, is doing a partnership where they will do same-day trade settlements in a digital stablecoin, you might take that as possible kind of proximal testing of stable assets and their efficacy, because you can bet Bank of America didn't decide to do this without talking to the Fed. It's too much risk for them. They can't risk, shunning the Fed. Jay Powell, all these geniuses. So that this went one way or another up to the Fed, and Jerome went, cool, let us know what you find out. So they're all going to be watching this. So my guess is, when everybody's like, when is the US, when is the stable dollar coming? That's blah, blah, blah. Something like Paxos is probably going to be the model. And something like Paxos, anyway, keep your eyes out, because that's probably a pretty interesting thing to pay attention to. So that's Bank of America. We will see. And let me dig into it just in case any of you want a little bit more background than just my little blurb. Joining the Paxos settlement service could allow many Bank of America customers to settle stock trades in minutes rather than days. Interesting. So looking at stock settlement, the second largest bank in the United States, listen to that, the second largest bank in the United States, the one, by the way, that handles unemployment, right, is now reportedly using blockchain technology for settling stock trades. According to Bloomberg report on Monday, Bank of America has joined Paxos Settlement Service, a platform capable of same-day settlement of stock trades using blockchain technology. Kevin McCarthy, head of financing and clearing, said the bank has been conducting internal transactions for the past few months and would offer the services to Bank of America clients upon approval as a clearing agency. This is step one. You watch. Bank of America is going to be custodying before the end of 2021. Bank of America will custody Bitcoin. Okay. I don't know what else they'll custody, but they will custody Bitcoin. My guess is probably Ethereum too. All right. It's been conducting internal transactions for the past few months and would offer the service to Bank of America clients upon approval as a clearing agency. The move would reportedly allow for a more flexible and speedier stock settlement system compared with that of the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, DTCC, in which Bank of America is a direct participant. DTCC settlement time is roughly 2 days, usually 3 days because they business days, whereas Paxos service is capable of settling some stock trades in minutes. We can determine the settlement cycle for TO. We can then free up collateral. We'd have to post on an overnight basis. The return on asset in this business would improve, which has been a challenge. We also wouldn't have these liquidity issues where settlement is gumming up the actual kind of finality, so that you know where assets are and you know who owes and owns what. It's one of the problems in the repo market is that these repo transactions, and of course, JP Morgan Chase is testing this too, but they're starting to settle repo in crypto. Why? Because you can settle these transactions in a few seconds or a few minutes or an hour rather than 3 days, 5 days, whatever. That creates a lot of problems, especially when some banks, because they're always very tightly managing their balance sheet, and repo market is where you go for a variety of balance sheet transactions, a tool chest, if you will, of borrowing and lending to maintain, your books. Well, repo market instant settlement would solve for a lot of liquidity crises that don't show up because you have daylight overdraft issues where a bank gets underwater, not because they don't have money, but because either a chain of collateral is unwinding or it's illiquid. That gets into a deeper discussion of repo and things like that. But these kinds of things where crypto comes in and it starts to alleviate frictions in the legacy financial system, this is where crypto be good, right? And if we talked more about this and less about who Elon Musk and his compliant fucking rube army of idiots, it doesn't matter. The 4 cars that Tesla sold, 4, by the way, 4. We're not taking Bitcoin anymore for Tesla. 4. 1, 2, 3, don't give a shit. So look past all the noise and just kind of focus on where you think the future is going to be 3 years from now. So if banks right now are starting to transition over and use digital assets, even if it's proxy assets, even if it's stable assets, right? A proxy for US dollar, whatever. You're starting to see banks being very comfortable, even big banks being very comfortable using digital assets to solve or settle frictions in the current system. That's crypto. That's the digital asset space, not what you see on Twitter. Matter of fact, we would all be better served if we never used Twitter again. Right? You want to go have fun, go to Snapchat, look at naked chicks sending you to their OnlyFans page or whatever it's called, just for fans, or I don't know, whatever. Stay off of FinTwit. You'll learn very little fin on FinTwit. All right? And then you got to wonder about people that live on, Raoul Pal. I love Raoul, but dude, if you post 47 times a day, what the fuck else are you doing with your life? Anyway, I'm doing a lot of push-ups today, but I got coffee, so I'm cool with it. I got coffee and I got crypto. I don't really need anything else. I bought some Bitcoin yesterday. Feeling pretty good. Okay. Paxos officially launched its settlement service for equity trades in 2019 after receiving no action letter from the US SEC. See, a no action letter is what Ripple should have asked for before they started selling against the public. Brad, Chris Grand Larceny, Brad Garlic Mouth. Dummies. All you had to do was do what you're supposed to do. That's all you had to do. But you couldn't. Why? Because they knew they wouldn't get a no action letter. They had already been warned. Oh, that's a whole other thing. I'm not going to go into it, but the legal team at Ripple really let Brad and Chris go way out on a limb. And that's probably who you should blame. I don't blame Brad for being a douchebag. He came from Yahoo. That's a douchebag company. And I don't blame Chris. I mean, he came from the credit and debt markets. So you don't blame a snake for being a snake, but you also don't keep snakes in your backyard and expect them to only bite the neighbor's kids. Guess what? When you go out there, you better be wearing some boots. So all of you that were balls deep in XRP and you were leveraging, oh, Brad and Chris, it ain't Brad and Chris. There's 400 people that work there and they got a legal team bigger than, the cast of 12 Angry Men. So at some point, the legal team needs to kind of be like, yeah, that's on us. Don't blame snakes for being snakes. You hire all these lawyers. How come they didn't do their goddamn job? It doesn't make what Brad and Chris did any better. They still sold against the public. I don't get this. I'm not going to do a sidebar, but I don't get this. I don't get why the XRP community is so pro Brad and pro Chris. Those motherfuckers stole from you and lied to your face about it. Why do you like them so much? Oh, well, they're allowed to. It doesn't matter what they're allowed to or not allowed to do. Those bitches sold a fuck truck of XRP at a discount with no lockups. And then they went on CNBC and they fucking lied right in your face. And you're cool with that, you retards. What the fuck is wrong with people? I don't care if you like XRP, the asset, or if you like Ripple, the company. Those two dickbags sold at a discount with no lockups. And then those companies, what did they do? Of course, they immediately dumped the tokens, you fucking rubes, because they got an instant discount, sometimes as high as 30%. Dude, if you're just going to give me Bitcoin at a 30% discount, I'm going to sell it as fast as I get it because it's free money. That's what Brad and Chris did. So if you like Ripple, cool. I like Ripple. It's a cool company and they have a real use case. I like XRP. It's a wicked token, dude. But those two pieces of shit, they fucked you and you support them. So at a certain point, you got to look at yourself, look in the mirror and say, that guy right there is a fucking idiot. Yes, I'm talking to everybody here that backs those guys. Everybody here that's like, oh, Brad and Chris, and they're great guys. They're misunderstood. Bitch, they're not misunderstood. They fucking stole from you. They fucking lied to you. And now they're burning through cash fighting this case. Throwing all sorts of ridiculous nonsense up there. And guess what? Everybody that holds XRP, oh, it's up. It's $1.60. It's from its low. Yeah, from its low. Bitch, it was 3 years ago in November, 2 years and whatever, in November, 2 years and 6 months. It was 83 cents right after the swell. It was 83 cents. So it's up 200% in 4 years. 18, 19, 20, 21. In 3 years, it's up 200%. Don't make me pull out the live coin watch and show you what a dumpster fire that is. So everybody's like, well, let's get out of legal trouble so we don't miss the bull run. You missed it, dummies. You already missed it. And this is why, and again, most of this is hyperbole. I don't even own any. I think I own $100 worth of XRP. I'm cool. I made a mint off of XRP. I bought it. Me and Leroy were buying XRP less than a penny. I'm not an XRP hater. I'm a douchebag thief hater. Those guys screwed you. So don't support them on Twitter and wherever else you go. Don't Brad. Brad's the man. Brad stole from you guys. And Chris and Jeb and Caleb stole from everyone. They stole from all the original investors. Stole 19 billion tokens. Fucking stole. You guys know that story. So, I don't care how much dislike, unlikes, whatever the thumbs down buttons I get. If you guys are supporting those idiots, you're supporting a group of people that stole from you, lied to you over and over, and now they're burning the value. You realize they're funding this case by selling more XRP. Hundreds of millions of dollars of XRP. Why? Because the price is up. Why not? Even while the case is going on that says that what they're doing could be illegal, they continue to sell XRP against you. If you're cool with that, by all means, get a fucking Ripple t-shirt, get a tattoo on your neck, a big old X right over the part where it said, my portfolio. Put a big old X over it. Come on, man. Don't get emotional about these guys. These people aren't prophets. These people are not, they don't care about you. This is the thing. None of these people care about us. It is every man, girl, woman, kid, pronoun, undescribed for yourself. You're not competing with the dude next to you. You're not competing with anybody. You're competing with your balance sheet. Quit picking up the fucking cross for these people. They don't care about you. They don't care when you can't pay rent. They don't care when someone comes to repo your car. They don't care when your kid needs a kidney. Hope your kid doesn't need a kidney, but they do not care. And the only way you can not get emotional is by, you got to check yourself. You got to check your, I think Cardano is awesome. I think they're going to change the world. I estimate. But you know what? If I can't pay rent, do you think Charles is going to come pay my rent? No, he's not. I also don't think Charles is going to steal from me or lie to me or sell Cardano against me to institutions at a discount. Think about that for a second. Think if Charles Hoskinson came forward, it was determined that he came forward and he said he was selling Cardano at a discount to market makers that could then immediately sell the token against you. And then he went on CNBC and talked about how great it was. He's never been more bullish. And all this comes out. You don't think there'd be some backlash? People would light his Colorado ranch on fire. But people actually are like, Brad, he's our man. Bitch, Brad doesn't care about you. Brad doesn't care about anyone. He certainly doesn't care about anybody that holds XRP. Zero shits that guy gives. He cares more. Well, anyway, I was going to do a really cool Vladimir Putin thing, but actually, I think Vladimir Putin's kind of cool. Oh, he a crook, but he's cool. I was going to say that Vladimir Putin cares more about a Ukrainian wedding than Garlic Mouth cares about the typical XRP investor. He does not care about you. He doesn't give a shit. They just sell against you. You guys are cool with it. It's weird. It's so weird. Okay, so this is interesting. Yeah, that was a cool sidebar. That was like a whole Ripple sidebar thing. Stablecoin operator announced in April that it applied for a clearing agency license with the SEC. Paxos also recently completed a $300 million funding round, which brought its valuation to $2.4 billion. You'll notice that Paxos, it's a stablecoin, right? Paxos stablecoin. They don't print, $500,000, $1 billion, $10 billion a day, like USDT, like Tether. Be very careful if you hold a substantial amount of Tether. And I'm not saying it would reprice all of a sudden, but we already know that it is not capitalized and that most of what they say is a lie. And they've shown us that over and over. We went over it last week. So just be very careful what you own, what you hold, where you're getting your interest from, things like that. If you own Tether on Nexo and you're collecting interest, little advice, transition that Tether over to USDC, where there actually is accounting and accounting firms and accountability. It's easy. Swap it. Go Tether to USDC, USDT to USDC. Then you can sleep at night. How about that? All right. We're going to take a look really quick, see if there's anything exciting going on. And then I have a couple of cool articles to show you. So we're at 483 flat. Bitcoin down about 1%. It's been sitting right around here. Oh, 42.9. Okay, going down a little bit. Ethereum is up 1%, but it got crushed last week. Cardano, it's at $2. It's down 2.8. So we'll call it down 3%, but up 13 on the week, 58, 36. Yeah, you get it. Polkadot was up around 40. It's pretty much all green for Polkadot. Really, Jesus Christ. Matic, it's 252. It's up 30 cents since we started talking. No, about 25 cents. Wow. Well, there you go. Pretty cool. All green. VeChain, green day for first green day in quite a while. VeChain we all talked about this. It was way overpriced. It's not doing anything. When I say not doing anything, it's not doing anything. I love it. I got a bunch of it for 1 penny. I'm happy as hell. But I feel like I own wolf tickets. Yeah. So I've taken profit twice. I was buying at 1 penny. I took profit at 10 cents. I definitely took profit at 24 cents. And me thinks I should probably take more profit. I'm considering it. And what I'm considering moving into is something I'm going to show you in a second. And I'm going to tell you before I do it so you don't think it's a dick move. It's something that I was made aware of by Antonio yesterday. I'm looking at it. I love AI stuff. So it's an AI play. But anyway, let's keep going. Theta, bish. They're going to have to roll out their mainnet. So we'll see some more excitement for Theta in June. Cosmos. I got out of Cosmos. Last week I got out at 26. I'll have to see. I got it at $26. I went from Cosmos. You know what? I exited Cosmos and that was my Matic position. No, was that last week? I have to look. I either exited Cosmos for Matic or Cosmos for more AGI. And I've been going back and forth between SDAO and AGI, playing the swap game. And I don't know. It's a long story. It's really fun. That's like a whole episode of how just swapping, using just MetaMask, not even doing it really smartly, just using MetaMask to swap between SDAO and AGI. So when we did, because it's fine, I'll tell you. So we did the SingularityDao, their DAO token. We did the token sale, and it was about 20 cents a token. And if you could trade AGI for Singularity. So I went AGI, $5,000 worth of AGI into SingularityDao at 20 cents. It popped up to like 90 cents. I said, wow, that's a 450% pop. And I know that when the airdrop comes, a certain amount of people are just going to sell the token, take the free money. So I figure the price will come down. So when it went up to at 88 cents, I swapped from SDAO, my original buy-in, that many back into AGI. So I got all my AGI back plus some, right? So now I'm in the good and everything else I have is profit. It's free money. So cool. So I did that, but I'm thinking about going back and forth a few more times. Well, I know that here's what's on the horizon. For Singularity, their token is going to port over to Cardano. That's a big deal. So my guess is the Singularity token, when it gets its upgrade, that's huge, and that's going to be a news event. And I'm gonna probably try to play that news. But the Singularity DAO token is legit, and some of the things that they're going to be doing are legit, and I want to own as much of that. So I'm just going back and forth. So I'm going to go when people start selling the Singularity DAO token because they get the airdrop, which will be as we were just informed it's going to be the 20th. I guess Jerry said the 20th. So on the 20th, when those tokens come, my guess is that depresses the price. My guess is on the 19th, people sell, they preempt the airdrop, they pre-sell, that token drops back to like 40 or 50 cents, which is still good if you got in there on the ICO because you're still up 200%. But if it goes down, I'll go back to the DAO token from Singularity. And you know what I mean? And just kind of go back and forth and build up my supply of Singularity DAO tokens, because my guess is in the long run, that SDAO token is going to be worth a mint. And I want to be a part of that. Okay. Whew, that was easy. Let's see. Mana, cool. Near. It's all green. The Near story hasn't played out yet, but it will. Telcoin's back up 15% on the day. I'll take it. I'm all in profit on that one. That was another one. This was a token that we from Cointelegraph, right? Okay, and that one we got in at 1.7 pennies, and you can see we're almost at 3x, but it got up to 6 cents for a few days last week. Real cool. Engine, more partnerships. Nexo has est the bed. It was $4 last week. It's down to $3. Why? Oh, I'll tell you why. We predicted this. Jerry and I talked about this. People sold the shit out of Nexo when they were getting crushed on Nexo because they took too much leverage. So they were selling the Nexo token to cover debt. Right? Yeah. So it played out the way we thought it played out. My guess is Bitcoin starts going back up. Nexo starts going back up. But until then, Nate. Also remember, don't be so quick to bail on Nexo, because you will get dividend payment in August. That's not too far away. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. That's the wrong application of that. But there you go. Rune, Thorchain coming back up. I sold a little bit of Thorchain because I was in Thorchain at $11. I sold a little bit at 18. I wasn't all the way up here, but I sold a little bit at 18 to take another position, which I'm not going to talk about right now because I don't want anybody going over and taking the position. It hasn't moved. I just don't want anybody to do it based on my perfunctory examination. It's a real gamble what I did. So I didn't sell a lot. I sold like 25% of my Thor chain. It's another protocol. Maybe we'll discuss it later in the week. Graph tokens kind of quiet, but they have some big upgrades coming. AR Weave quiet, but they have June coming. June is all about Polkadot. IOST, I don't know, man. I hold it because I got it on the cheap. I don't think it's going anywhere. I am not excited about it. It's probably dead money. Be very careful. If you're in the profit, I would definitely scrape your profit off. 1inch. 1inch is down, but the staking is good. They're creating meaningful partnerships. I wouldn't bet against 1inch right now. I just don't know if you're going to get rich off 1inch. Staking is good. It's 17, 18%. Flow has been quiet. I'm not as excited about Flow right now, but they just took on hundreds of millions of dollars, so they are here to stay. NBA Top Shots is certainly a success. We'll see where it goes. Fetch. I like me some Fetch. The price is up. They are about to do on July 15th. They're doing their token swap. So they're going to go to their main net, which will get us away from all the Ethereum bullcrap. We love that. OGN, I think this is a unloved asset right now. I think at $112, you would be foolish not to take on some exposure. Yeah, that's what I'll say. Audio, it took a big bump up the last few days. It's back down a little bit. It was well up yesterday. We'll see. I don't know if they've figured out how to integrate NFTs in their marketplace, but they don't really have a lot of competition. AGI, it was down to 32.9 cents yesterday. It's at 35 cents right now. It's up 11%, which is good. So I'm floundering. Wax has kind of done nothing. Got all the way up to about 27 cents. It has basically S the bed back down. But I needed to buy my tops cards, which I'm still doing. StormX, this token has S the bed, but I do think there's a future in it. I don't know. I wouldn't add to it, but at these prices, if it caught any kind of pop. And remember, people still love cheap shit, even if it's not good. They don't care. It's cheap. I took an hour explaining to my buddy yesterday, because it's cheap doesn't make it good. Because it's 3 cents doesn't mean it's going to $14,000. Oh, what happens? I like how people say this. If you buy it at 3 cents, think about how much money you'll make when it goes to 40,000. Right? Because every single asset's going to 40,000, right? Because Bitcoin did. Everything's going to 40,000. Don't be Rao Pal. Don't be Rao Pal. NKN hasn't done much. That's all I'll say. But it's tiny market cap. It is on Coinbase. I have to assume they've got something in the pipeline. Otherwise, it's dead money. Man, Matrix AI Network, 6.5 cents. I'm looking at it because it's a non-existent market cap, man. It's 9 million. It's 9 million. Leroy and I could get together and buy all of it. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Anyway, my point is, if they have a meaningful entrance into the AI space, I hate to be the poor man fishing, but it's 6 cents, dude. But more than the 6 cents, I don't care so much about this. I care about this. I care about that tiny market cap. And if it has any exposure to the future, hell, if all they have to do is invent Skynet. That's all. Just invent Skynet. The race of supercomputers and robots, self-fixing robots that comes and takes over humanity and destroys us one by one until there's nothing left. If that's all they do, it's worth it. All right. Let's see. Is there a new music project coming out called Moz? It will compete with audio. Good. Competition is good. Crypto Gamer, I hope you're right, because we need more competition. More competition in that space would be great for audio. It'd make them step up their game. It would be good for a lot of reasons. I will absolutely do a bare knuckle pit fight with Elon Musk. I won't hit him in the face because I'm respectful, but I would choke the shit out of that dude. or let me guess, he's Elon Musk, so naturally he's just really good at jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai because he's Elon Musk, because he just assumes he's good at everything. And this is a flaw. This is a human flaw in intelligence. One thinks that because they're good at a thing or because they're intelligent, that it extends to everything in all places. I guarantee you right now, Leroy can outcode the shit out of Elon Musk, right? And for those of you that saw that video yesterday that Charles Hoskinson put out, it chumped Elon. It made him look like anyway, it chumped Elon. And Mark Cuban just kept his mouth shut because Mark Cuban just wants to be Elon, and he's really lost. Mark Cuban's like Elon, but not smart. He's just a dummy. You can't be good at everything. Yes. And we don't have to be good at everything. That's where you hire people that are. You hire people that are good at those other things that you're not good at. That's how you run a company. But if your whole company just runs off of government stipends and regulatory subsidies, you got to wonder how that's gonna pan out. It's time to think about, folks. 260, mother effer. This Matic, man. Is this thing going to $10? It may, man. It may. I don't know what to tell you. Have fun. Let me say. Oh, Jim, did I buy Revolut? I did not buy Revolut. It's interesting to me, but it's not something that I would buy. I can't own them all. I don't try to chase everything either. I'm okay letting other people make the wins. Real quick, the SDAO token is 78 cents. Cool. SingularityDao. This is pre-airdrop. Okay. 78 cents. Cool. So keep your eyes. Okay. What's going on? Banking app. Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, this is what I want to say. Partnership announcement. SingularityDAO's AI, DeFi agents, and Dynasets will incorporate, who do we just talk about? Ocean Protocol. We just talked about Ocean in the kind of testing, the little testing group, the research group that they put together. Anyway, Dynasets will incorporate Ocean Protocol by consuming data from Ocean Market and include the Ocean utility token in Dynasets. It might not be a bad idea to look at the Ocean utility token. In Dynasets, learn more about the partnership in the link below. So if you click the link, if you guys go to SingularityNet, you'll find this. It may be worth taking a look at. We may look at it a little bit closer tomorrow. Okay, banking app current taps Akala for hi-fi on Polkadot. All I want to do is point out that you're going to start seeing a lot more news about Polkadot, a lot more news about Kusama, Polkadot Kusama, DeFi, Polkadot Kusama, parachains, parachain auction. You're going to start hearing it over and over and over. It's coming. Just be ready. Okay. And banking app. Oh, is this the same? Oh, that's weird. Banking app current. Okay, same thing. Okay, sorry about that. There was another one. There's actually another Polkadot story. I picked the wrong one. But there's another Polkadot story floating around. You know what? We'll get it tomorrow. We'll talk more Polkadot tomorrow. Anyway, for now, enjoy the rest of your day. Have fun. Don't do anything my poor insolvent drunk, struggling on meth, grandmother wouldn't do. Yeah, I mean, you can't win them all. Don't try to chase every asset. Don't make every play. You just can't. By the time you're switching here, you're running, you're chasing, you're doing all this kind of stuff. Just relax. Know what you own. Be able to explain it to your grandmother. Even my grandmother, my poor insolvent drunk, strung out on meth, smoking water, PCP, angel dust laden grandmother who's drunk, high off Quaaludes. If you can explain it to her and you think it'll make a meaningful change in the world and you think it'll be here in 3 years, then you can note it on your balance sheet. And if you don't know what it is and you can't explain it, don't own it. Otherwise, you're just owning it because of the price, which means you're gambling. And if you're a gambler, I guess that's cool, but don't be like grandma.
Hey, this is the Prophet with Nick Black. It's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain. We here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks? This where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet. Hey, hey. We talking condos and nice clothes and dropping Lambos. I remember them night codes, we couldn't stand those. We tried to drive on them high roads, but had to stay low. Now there's solutions to hard bills we couldn't pay for. I talked to Profit to get some profit, we couldn't change the top. If it's a stock and I need a cop it, I wait for him to drop it. Ain't no option, let's get it poppin', we chillin' in the trap. I need some crypto, put it in my pocket, by any means I rock. This is the Profit with Nick Black, it's time to chit chat. You know nothing about blockchain, we here to fix that. You want the news on them new stocks, this where you get that. So go and grab you a nice chair. It's time to sit back and talk to Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet. Hey, hey, you talking to the Prophet.